I think, man.
Plus this bitches.
Plus this, bitches.
We're dealing with fat shaming doctors today.
Tough subject.
It's a really tough subject, and it's one
It's not as fun as No Fat Chicks Guy, but it is
No.
just as important.
It is. It is. We found an article that it was actually in Teen Vogue, which I thought good for them. That
Right.
a really young person wrote about how early on she had a doctor like scaring her into not getting diabetes to the point where he would poke her finger over and over, like
To be like, this is how it feels. This is how it's gonna feel if you don't get your shit together. It's like, what?
It was terrible. And then we put it out to our audience, like, what, you know, what are, we know you have experiences. What are they? And I just had it too. I just went and got my, I had my routine blood taken, and the doctor in the notes was like, hey, there's no diabetes or even pre-diabetes. Like,
Hey,
or
shocker.
even, like, shocking. What? I mean, who knew?
I mean, just looking at you, you must be
have-
just diabetes. You must have diabetes.
You probably
diabetes.
You probably
He
have
probably
a
said
toe
it.
falling
He
off.
probably said it like
right
that
now from diabetes.
diabetes.
I mean, it's
It's like, you know
terrible.
what? You can't just judge me. You can't just have me walk in the room and just go, you must have this thing. You can't
Honestly,
do that.
Eva, you are an athlete. You have run marathons, correct?
No, I would never
Oh.
run a marathon.
Oh,
Oh, my
don't be
God.
mad at me. I
Don't
thought you did.
insult me.
Sorry.
No.
You would swim a mile?
I would swim in a relay of a triathlon.
My point is that you are athletic.
I am athletic, yeah.
I was a dancer on Broadway.
Yes, on
And by the way, I
Broadway.
looked just like this, and I was kicking it out 8 shows a
Yes.
week, more than any of that mother flipper flyers in the friggin'
Yeah.
doctor's office did. So this is like a real personal thing for me. Some of our viewers wrote into us, and I'm just going to give little brief things of their stories. How about the time I went in for an MRI and was told, here, we don't have a gown that will fit you, so you have to wear 2.
What? Like, why does it have to complete? It's like my ass is going to be hanging out.
Like-
Isn't that what they're made to do?
Like, would it be so terrible if a person who was thinner had to wear a big robe? Can't we just get big robes?
Right.
What's the big effing deal? And then this one's really, she's been through it. Our other friend, Katie, she said she went to the doctor when she was in college because she thought she had a thyroid problem and wanted a test, and he refused, saying, you're not sick, you're looking for an excuse because you're not thin, go home.
You know,
And 10 years later, by the way, she had a thyroid problem that was like screwing up with her entire immune system. Thanks, doc.
and what I don't understand is how hard is it to check a box on a panel to get a blood test? It's not hard.
Yeah.
Why are you saying that it's not
Yeah.
worth your time
Yeah.
to do it? And being fat is not it's not a sickness. It doesn't mean it's not a answer to everything. You can't say that because I'm fat that that's the reason for everything.
Right, exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
you have a
Absolutely
headache.
not.
It's probably because you're fat.
Yeah, exactly.
No, bitch. It's probably because I'm dehydrated.
Right, exactly. And
Like there is a reason why there is something else is happening.
Exactly.
And it's not. That's not. the base
especially if, by the
reason.
way, I've been this way almost my whole life, and all of a sudden something is different. So if
And-
it's been status quo and something is different, it's probably not my weight, actually.
Right, and if you're looking at the screen, there's 2 different body types up there, a thin person and a heavier set person. Maybe the thin person smokes, maybe the heavier set gal runs marathons. Maybe they're both happy. Maybe there's more than one kind of beautiful, and I'm going to add, maybe there's more than one kind of healthy. Like,
Yes.
how can you I'm not saying you as in like the doctor, because the doctor obviously can look at my blood panel and tell me if I am or not. But someone outside of here
Yes, can't.
who is just completely judging and saying,
Yeah.
you must be unhealthy
Yes.
because you're overweight. Like, you don't
Yes.
know. You don't
Exactly.
know. Like, I could have a really great metabolic rate. You have no clue.
Exactly. No idea.
So don't talk to me about health, about
Yeah,
my
make
health.
assumptions
How about just,
Yeah.
again, how about you just worry about you
Yeah.
instead of getting in my business?
Exactly. But with doctors, it is really scary and frankly, life or death. Like, she's lucky it was a thyroid that could be taken care of later. What if
Right.
it wasn't? You know what I mean? So, there is something called HAES, HAES,
Hey.
healthy at every size. And I didn't know that some doctors are taking this pledge, which I love that that's what that article suggested.
Yes.
Yeah, there we have
Health
it.
at every size.
Yeah, so it's you can actually check and see if your doctor has signed that pledge before you go to them. So you know that they're going to be friendly in that way, which I thought was so great to have like a solution to this thing, which obviously so many people go through. It makes me not want to go to the doctor. Like, I don't ever want to go to the
well,
doctor.
I had to go to a new doctor, and I was terrified that he was going to say to me, it's just because you're like, everything is because you're fat. Actually, he didn't say it once. Like, I kind of had to like bring it up and be like, hey, so I don't know if you noticed, but I'm kind of chubby. So
You're
what do you
so
think about
funny.
that, homie? And he was totally like, yeah, you look great to me. Like, you look healthy. Let's check out your blood panel
I love
and
it.
see what's going on. I was like, yeah, old guy, love you.
Love that.
I mean,
that.
I was a little bit nervous because he was about 782 years old. I mean, kind of crept in there with the Grim Reaper.
Oh, that's really, really funny. That's really funny. Yeah, I definitely, but I've also had the thing with the thyroid problem too, because I also have a mother who works in the medical industry. She's a physician's billing expert, I guess, and she's been the head of billing departments. We call her like, she likes
to
is
diagnose
the doctor.
people?
She
Oh.
loves to diagnose. Like, she should
Love
have been
it.
a doctor actually if she come from a different time and place. And I got back from tour and she was like, your neck looks a little thick, hon. I think you better go. You might have a thyroid problem. And I was like,
I love
okay,
it. I
Mom.
love your mom's
My
accent.
Philadelphia mother. And so I went and I had the panel done and there was nothing that showed up. And I basically was like, great, Mom, I'm just fat and depressed. Thank you for that.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks for making me go
glad.
to the doctor.
No
and
thyroid problem.
Double check
Fat
that.
and depressed.
Oh.
But at least he did it and didn't send me home, which is terrible.
Well, actually, I found some really cool things that you could say to your doctor if he's
Please
doing
share
that.
them.
If he does, or he or she rather is shaming you for your fatness.
Yeah, because both can do
thickness.
it, men and women.
It's one of the things was to say was, do thin people get this health problem, and what do you recommend for them? Which I thought was interesting. And if they are saying you should get weight loss surgery, it says due to a low rate of success and serious irreversible side effects, including death, weight loss surgery is not an option for me.
Right.
Like, just setting boundaries. Or the best one I thought was, in our limited time, I'd like to focus on what I came in for.
That's a good one. And I actually had to say that to my doctor because he was like, have you run out of breath and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yes, and that's not like me because I have been a dancer. Like, that is not usual for me. There's something wrong. Yeah, that's true. That's really great.
I mean, I
advice.
love that. I think that, there's other things that I thought were kind of like funny and cute. Shame is bad for my health. I would ask you to do first no harm and provide me with some shame-free health care.
I mean,
I'd like some shame-free health care.
I think that's a t-shirt, shame-free healthcare wanted.
Yeah, and on the
Yes.
screen it's, wait, who is it? Remember I was telling you what's
It's
the
Stuart Smalley.
Stuart Smalley, if shame motivated weight loss, there would be no fat people
Ever. That
oh
is the
gosh,
truth and
right?
the light,
like
honey.
there is no, like, actually when you say to me, bitch, you better lose some weight, I'm like, I'm gonna go have a hamburger right now and stuff it in my face in front of you.
Whatever.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't even-
What does
I
that
don't even
mean?
care.
What does that even? Yeah. I mean, it really needs to end, and
really
and we
does.
need to get braver with our doctors, and we need to like find a way to like have that confidence when we're talking about our health. I think
Absolutely,
as
because
plus size
there
girls.
should be health at every size.
Mm-hmm.
And it shouldn't only be the reason why this is happening to you is because you're overweight. That is
Absolutely.
not true.
Absolutely.
Especially if you have a cold.
Yeah.